Now, Darren Farwell of the Farwell Group joins us so we can learn more about investing for our future tax efficiently. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Marilyn. Marilyn, you're talking today about, moving ahead a step at a time and making, life in the future better. Sometimes, life has surprises for us, and moving ahead one day at a time very often is an important part of dealing with. I think it's fair to say we've all been reminded in the last few years with COVID and now recently with the war in Ukraine, higher interest rates, higher inflation. There's been a lot of surprises lately. My story today is about Gloria. And Gloria has quite recently experienced a bad surprise. Her husband of 62 years died quite suddenly. And Gloria asked me to share her story so others could learn from her experience. Now, Gloria's circumstance is, unfortunately not unique. In fact, there are going to be more and more people in Gloria's shoes. The why is simply about numbers, simple demographics. Our population is aging, and women, on average, outlive men, so that 90% of women in Canada will at some point be left to manage their finances and investments themselves. If your spouse died suddenly, are you prepared to effectively deal with the inevitable paperwork and adjustments that do need to happen? For example, Gloria and her late husband paid their condo fees from their joint bank account each month. With his passing, Gloria had to go to the bank and switch their joint account to her own account. Sounds easy, simple enough. Gloria said it was much more difficult and bureaucratic than she was prepared for. And in fact, she suggests being prepared for what papers you will need, questions they will ask, and administrative treatment you might get. She had dealt with this branch for 22 years, and it still was not a very personal experience. So this is a surprise that you can prepare for. Yes, it's not a pleasant thought or task to relish, but Gloria lived it, and she says, in hindsight, she wishes she had understood the process better. It's not at all complicated. It's about being mentally prepared because there's so much else going on emotionally that the preparation reduces additional stress. But her late husband managed all the investments. So how was she going to get the money for their monthly condo fees into that account? Her late husband's Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and company pension had now stopped. So in fact, there wasn't enough income coming into her new bank account to pay the monthly bills. And as I said, since it was her husband who always looked after the investments, he always had, and in my experience, that's not unusual in couples. So Gloria had to decide what investments to sell, when to sell them, how much to sell. Now, fortunately, her friend gave her my number, and I was able to help her out. But it was unfortunate that Gloria didn't have someone she already knew and trusted to reach out to. At a high level, Gloria's comment about the whole process is, even when your circumstances seem pretty straightforward, it's not simple. Having someone to help you is key to keeping it all together. The second thing that Gloria says would have made it all less stressful and smoother is life insurance. In hindsight, Gloria regrets that they canceled their insurance policy. Again, in hindsight, she says having that $100,000 or $200,000 insurance check paid quickly, easily, and free of tax would have made everything administratively much easier. It would have been easy to put that check in her new checking account, and that would have quickly and easily resolved her condo fee and bills worry. All the other expenses would have been looked after until she had time to look after things. Because in the end, Gloria was really looking for time to grieve, not to be bogged down with administrative and money to-dos. After me and my team helped Gloria sort things out, which we did with a cool tool called the Decision-Free Zone, it freed up Gloria's time. Gloria felt less stress and had more time to deal with the emotional side. And with that done, I asked Gloria if she would help others prepare for something like this. She said yes, so we created a list of 3 things to make a difficult and stressful transition easier. Number 1, have a trusted professional you can reach out to and talk to help. If you don't already have one, get one. Number 2, do the pre-planning, even though it's not a fun thing to do, but do the planning in advance. And if you're wondering what kind of planning, again, talk to a specialist who can help you sort through the planning that would be important. And number 3, if you can afford it, have life insurance. There's enough to worry about and feel sad about. You could see it in Gloria's eyes when bad surprises happen. With the appropriate amount of life insurance, you can reduce the worry about money and therefore reduce the stress in an already highly stressful time. Now, we can help from a woman's perspective, listeners, with resources and tools that I've mentioned. They're on our website, the financial inventory, the decision-free zone. Feel free to visit the website. And of course, if you don't have a professional team to help you, perhaps we can.
thefarwellgroup.ca. There's a link to the website from marilyns.ca, and Darren and his team are there for you. Darren, the best number to reach you?
416-863-7501.
416-863-7501. Planning ahead has its advantages. Learn from Gloria's mistakes and move forward in your own life so you don't have any regrets. Again, the Farwell Group, 416-863-7501. Thanks for sharing Gloria's story, Darren, and for that information. Speak to you soon.
Thank you, Marilyn. Always nice to speak with you.